Hi. So today, I thought we would work on hips, some hip openings. So what you're going to need today is a couple of blankets or a couple towels and either a block, or might be even better to have a pillow. A somewhat firm pillow, because we're going to use it to support ourselves while we do some hip openers. So take a moment to find your props. All right, again, we'll need a couple of blankets and either a yoga block if you have it. If you don't, and in fact it might even be nicer to have a pillow, something somewhat firm. Hey Jacob. So grab a pillow off the couch, off the bed, something with a little height and a little firmness. And if you have a strap-like device, that will also be helpful. Okay? So I'll give everybody a second to find that, right? So while you're looking for a couple blankets or towels, a strap-like device, and either a yoga block or a pillow, I'm going to read from today's meditation. It's pretty apropos for what's going on in the world right now, I thought. Have courage to act on your convictions. To have courage in the world means joining conviction to action. Being clear about your convictions, what you believe to be true and right, is the first step. But this means little unless it is joined to action. Acting on your convictions requires courage. And to be clear, having courage doesn't mean that you aren't scared. It means that despite all fear, you stand up for your beliefs even in the most challenging situation. It means that you do the right thing outwardly because you feel compelled inwardly. What do you believe in so strongly that you will stand up and take action when needed? Again, I thought that was pretty apropos for what's going on right now. Okay, so hopefully everybody's got their props. We're actually going to start laying down. We're going to warm up the hips a little bit and our bodies. So come on down to your mat with your knees bent to start. And we'll start by coming into the breath. So make yourself comfortable. If it's possible, roll the shoulders out so that the palms are up. You know, we spend a lot of time with the upper part of the chest somewhat compressed. So let's allow it to open up a little bit right here as we come into the breath. Nice, deep, even breath. So as you inhale through the nose, bring it down into the belly. Exhale everything. Just let it go. Into the belly. Exhale everything. Feel the body sink into the earth a little bit as we exhale. Nice, deep breathing. Just coming into this moment right here, right now. Let it all go, right? Like whatever it is. Feel it rolling out of your body with the exhale into the earth. Next time you inhale, see if you can bring it from the belly up into the rib cage. Exhale everything. Feeling the movement in the body with the breath. So deep breathing is yoga, right? This is the beginning, right here, right now. Feel the ribs expand on the inhale and contract on the exhale. Maybe bring the feeling attention to the back of the body. Feel that push back against the earth on the inhale. And then there's a release and a lightening on the exhale. Nice. Next time you inhale, see if you can bring it from the belly, through the ribs, into the upper chest. So nice, deep, full breaths, all the way from the belly, the ribs, the upper chest. Exhale everything. And maybe right here, we can begin to slow the breath down. So as you exhale, maybe at the bottom of the exhale, there's a slight pause. Maybe there's more than a slight pause. And then inhale that deep, full breath, belly, ribs, upper chest, and maybe there's a pause at the top of the inhale. And then exhale everything. Just doing whatever feels comfortable right now for you in this moment. Allow the head to gently rock from side to side. Continuing to breathe deep, continuing to keep the face relaxed, right? Body relaxed. Releasing any tension in the neck, the throat, the jaw. Come back to center, and then gently extend one leg onto the earth and then the other. So pausing here for a moment, this changes the shape of the back, just noticing what happens. And then we'll sweep the arms up on the earth overhead. Feel how that stretches out the torso and the back. Exhale the arms back down next to the body. So it's as if we're making a snow angel or a sand angel or a yoga angel. Inhale them up and over. Stretching out through the torso as we come to the top. Exhale back down. Let's do this one more time. Inhaling the arms up and over, sweeping the arms on the earth. Reach towards the wall behind you. Exhale back down. Pausing here and just breathe for a moment. Let's cross the right ankle over the left. Bring both arms up overhead. Grab onto the right wrist with the left hand and just stretch into the right side of the body. So maybe we make a little comma, like reaching over to the left. Push the right leg away, pull the right arm away. Breathing into the right side of the body here. Nice. Relax everything. Release the hands. Come back to center. Uncross the leg. Pause for a moment. Notice the effect. Does the right side feel a little longer? And then we'll cross the left leg over the right ankle. Grab onto the left wrist with the right hand, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So gently leaning over to the right, push the left leg away. Gently pull the left arm and stretch into the left side of the body. Breathe in here. Nice, beautiful. All right, relax everything. Release the hands, come back to center, uncross the leg. Pausing here for a moment. Go ahead and sweep the arms back down next to the body. Roll the palms down so the hands are on the earth. Let's bend one knee and then the other. Pausing here for a moment. Okay, so I said at the beginning of class that we're going to need a strap or a strap-like device. Go ahead and grab that now. Also, locate your pillow, right? So whatever pillow you've decided, let's bring the pillow over to the, like outside the right hip. We're going to start with the right leg. So we're going to place the strap around the ball of the right foot. And we're going to bend and straighten the right leg a few times, maybe creating a little bounce here. Nice. Breathing as we move. We'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're going to hold this stretch. Some of you might like to straighten out the left leg at this point. I'm going to keep mine bent. It just feels a little more comfortable on my low back. But just gently stretch into that right leg, right? Really stretching into the hamstring. Try to bring the right leg as straight as possible with the heel pointed towards the sky. Toes are pointed towards the face, really feeling that stretch in the back of the knee, the calf, the hamstring. Keeping the right glute nice and heavy on the earth, breathing here. Nice. And then let's drop that leg out to the right onto that pillow. All right, so allow the pillow to support the right leg. All right, supporting it enough where you can actually let go of the strap. If your left leg is not straightened, go ahead and straighten your left leg at this point. And then from here, we're going to rotate the left leg out to the left. So those toes are going to drop out to the left. The whole left leg rotates out from the hip socket. Maybe the left hand comes onto the front of the hip, left side of the hip. And breathing into this. So, you know, we're starting to open the front of the hips here. Nice deep breaths. And release the left leg onto the earth. Just surrendering in. Remembering that surrender is a lack of resistance. How's the breath? Is the face relaxed? The jaw, the mouth, the tongue, the lips, the throat? Nice. All right, let's inhale the right leg up towards the sky. We're going to exhale all the way across the body into a twist. Right arm stays behind. Head comes into a comfortable position, whatever that means for you, and breathe here. Nice deep breaths. And just notice as you breathe into a twist, there might be a massage sensation going on in the internal organs. It's kind of nice. All right, lovely. Go ahead and inhale that right leg back up towards the sky. Release the strap off. Shake the right leg out. Go ahead and release the right leg down onto the earth. Palms are up, shoulders are rolled out, and breathe into that. Just noticing. So noticing things like, is the right leg longer than the left? Is there a sense of spaciousness? Rock the head a little side to side. Nice, beautiful. All right, roll the palms down so they're connected to the earth. Bend one knee and then the other. Pausing here. Take your blanket, your block, whatever it is that you've got, and go ahead and bring it over to the right side of your right hip. All right. Left hip. Sorry, left hip. Go ahead and bring the left leg in, placing the strap around the ball of the left leg. And again, we're going to straighten the left leg, leading with the heel. Heel points towards the sky, toes point towards the face. And then we're going to bend and straighten the left leg. And I like to find this little bounce, right, where the leg just sort of bounces up like a rubber band. Nice. And just feel the elasticity in your body. All right. And we'll do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now we're going to hold the stretch. Again, if you want to straighten your right leg now, you can do that. I'm going to keep my right leg bent. And then just gently encourage the stretch in the left leg. Point the toes towards the face. Really reach through the heel. Feel the stretch in the Achilles, the calf, the back of the knee, the hamstring. And breathe into this. And maybe take a moment to just send your leg a little love, like really appreciating your body for all that it does do and how incredibly vital and supportive and wonderful it is. Breathing here, nice. A few more breaths. Really feeling the stretch. Oh, maybe stretching just a little more. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. So now from here, we're going to drop that left leg out to the left onto the your blanket, your pillow, your block, whatever it is that you have, all right? If your right leg is bent, go ahead and straighten that right leg now. And then let's all rotate the right leg out to the right. Oh. So those toes are dropped out as far as possible. Maybe the right hand comes onto the front of the right hip, and we're just going to breathe into this and relax. And again, it's that surrender into that right leg. Let it get heavy on the earth. Feel it soften. Deep breathing. Jaws relax. Just letting go. I might be here now. On the next exhale, see if you can let go a little bit more. All right, let's inhale that left leg up towards the sky. Exhale all the way across the body in a twist. Left arm stays behind, head's in a comfortable place, whatever that means, and breathe into this. Again, nice deep breathings in the twist. Gives a little massage in the internal organs. Lovely. Inhale the left leg back up towards the sky. Release the strap. You can put that off to the side. Shake the left leg out. Go ahead and release the left leg onto the earth. Arms are down. Again, palms are up. Shoulders are rolled out. And breathe into this. Nice deep breaths. Just taking a moment to appreciate the effect of your practice. Like, you know, how does that feel? How does the body feel connected to the earth? Noticing these things. Roll the palms down onto the earth. Bend one knee and then the other. Let's bring the knees in towards the chest. Bring the hands, we're going to bring the legs into concentric circles. So bring the hands just below the knees at the top of the thighs. We're going to let them drop out to the side. We're going to circle towards, away from the body and then in. All right, so the legs are going in concentric circles. And maybe close your eyes and just picture the hip socket, that ball and socket joint and this, you know, circular motion that's happening. Maybe slow it down a little bit and notice where the resistance is, right? Where the tight spots might be. And maybe you're not noticing it here, and that's good too. Next time the knees come in, let's push them away from the body, drop them out, and bring them in. So reversing that circle. So again, you can maybe do it quickly the first couple of times, and then slow it down. And just notice what that feels like. Beautiful. All right, bring the knees into the chest for a moment and just squeeze. Go ahead and release the feet to the earth. All right. Let's bring the arms up overhead in a comfortable, sustainable position. So bend the elbows, keep the elbows higher than the shoulders. If you need to support the shoulders, do so now. Go ahead and walk those feet a little further apart. Again, pausing here for a moment, tuning into the low back, allowing the low back to get heavy. In fact,
let's engage the low belly a little bit, like zip up the low belly and actually push the low back onto the earth. So pelvis will tilt up a little bit, but really the point is just to engage the core and push the back down. All right, next time you exhale, exhale both knees to the left and the head can follow. Inhale through center, push the low back onto the earth. Exhale the knees to the right, allowing the chin to follow the knees. Keep this motion going with your breath, right? Slowly, consciously, kindly. Jaws relaxed, right? Effort is through center, and then grace and gravity take the knees down to the side. Again, close the eyes, and maybe the feeling attention is in the hip socket and the muscles that surround that, right? We had some big muscles there, man. And, you know, if you're walking a lot, you know, if you're doing exercises that maybe are different from what you were used to doing before this pandemic came, you know, it's going to have an effect on your body. It's going to change the relationship. Next time the knees come down to the right, let's just hang out there for a bit. And so I know some of you like to take that right foot and place it on the left knee to give a little bit of weight there. So if that's what you want to do this now. Roll your head completely over to the right and just breathe into this. Whether you have your right foot on the left knee or not, let that left leg get heavy. And again, think about that idea of surrender, the lack of resistance. With each exhale, imagine that left leg just moving a smidge lower, just a little bit. If it feels like it might be nice, you can straighten that left arm out, reaching towards the wall above the head. So you're stretching out into the left side of the rib basket. Breathing here. All right, beautiful. Soften the left elbow. Go ahead and inhale the knees and head to center, and just pause here for a moment and notice what has happened. How's the breath? How are the hips? How's the low back? Is the jaw relaxed? All right, next time we exhale, we're going to exhale the knees to the left. We're going to roll the head all the way to the left. And again, we're going to sink in here and we're just going to breathe. Nice deep breaths. Again, if you want to take that left foot and place it on the right knee to increase the weight of the right leg, you can do that. Either way, let that right leg get as heavy as possible. Releasing into the earth. Nice deep breaths here. And then if it feels like it would be nice, straighten that right arm, reaching towards the wall above the head, just to increase the stretch along the right side of the body, and breathe here. Nice deep breaths. Lovely. So soften the right elbow. Go ahead and inhale the knees and head to center. Again, pausing here for a moment, checking in. Go ahead and bring the hands to the belly. So we want to keep the elbows bent, but we want to roll the shoulders forward. Let the arms get heavy and breathe. Bring the knees into the chest. Rock it out a little side to side. Alright, we're going to bring it up. We're going to come into a sitting position. So, you've got those blankets, right? So keep your pillow to the side. But maybe take one of your blankets or your towels and place it under your booty to give yourself a little bit of height so that we can sit up nice and tall. And I know that sitting cross-legged doesn't work for everybody, but we need to do it now because that's what's going to help us with our hip openers. All right? So even if the legs are out here or the knees are up here, right, it's fine. Let's just sit for a moment and breathe. All right? We're going to sort of do this in stages. So let's go ahead and straighten the legs out for a moment. Shake them out a little bit. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the right leg in so that the bottom of the right foot is on the inside of the left thigh. All right. And depending on your level of flexibility, all right. So on my left side, my leg goes all the way down. That may not happen on the other side. If your leg doesn't come all the way down, take your pillow and use it to support it, okay? So I want it supported enough where it feels like you might feel that stretch, so you could move that pillow out a little bit, right? So enough where you can feel the stretch, but there's some support there, so you're not using muscles to hold your knee up, all right? So breathing here for a moment. And then what we're going to do is we're going to lean forward. So we're going to inhale the arms up, shoulder distance apart, and we're going to come forward. All right? And we're just going to breathe into that. Nice deep breaths, right? And notice what happens to that right leg. If it starts to creep up a little bit, right? Maybe you can even take the right hand and just encourage it to stay down and open. Breathing into that. Again, with the exhale, we might be able to come down a little further. Whatever works for you in this moment, in this time, in this place. And then, so a little subtle here, but see if you can like push back into the glutes. Like really feel the glutes on the earth, that connection there. All right, gently roll it up. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to place that right foot on the left thigh. Now, again, this is a little tricky here. My leg's not going to come all the way down. So now I'm going to bring that pillow and support that leg. So I want you to give it as much support as it needs so that you feel comfortable, okay? So there's not muscle holding up the leg. But we still have that openness. And we're going to come forward again. So we're going to inhale the arms up, shoulder distance apart, and then we're going to come forward. Oh, yeah. And we're going to breathe into that. Nice deep breaths. Again, maybe the feeling of tension comes to the glutes. Push down onto the earth a little bit. So you're pushing back into the glutes, into the hips, right? While at the same time coming forward, breathing into that. All right, gently roll it up. We're going to straighten that right leg out. We're going to shake them out a little bit. Shake the legs out. Okay.
Now, cross the legs with that right leg in front, okay? So maybe, again, if you're sitting up on a pillow, that's going to help a little bit, or the blanket. If you feel like you need support under the knees, go ahead and have that happen. And now let's come forward into a fold. Okay, again, that feeling the tension is in the glutes. Like push them down, because what they want to do is they want to roll up, right? They want to come up with the torso, push them back. And you'll notice when we get to the other side that one side is a little easier than the other. At least that's my experience. So we just come down as far as we can. And here's the deal. If you feel like you can't come down at this far, try bringing your arms onto the legs to create a little weight, to create a little openness, right? Like, even though I can come all the way down, when I do this, I can feel that in that right side, so that front leg. I can feel it if I push down into that and come down simultaneously. So just finding what works best for you. Everybody's built a little bit differently, especially in the hips, right? So breathing here. Props are really useful during this particular sequence, right? So like even if you wanted to use your block to put your forehead on or whatever, blankets, blocks, pillows, they're all good. A few more breaths. I know you're thinking, when are we coming out of this? It's going to be really soon. All right. Go ahead. Gently push it up. Slow, 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 slow. Okay. Legs come out. Shake the legs out. How was that? Was that useful? Did we find that useful? Okay. So other side. Again, one side will be different than the other. I can pretty much guarantee you that. So left leg comes in. So on this side, which actually is my right side, little tighter here. So that leg is kind of doesn't want to come down all the way. So I'm gonna, oh yeah. So as soon as I put the blanket on it, again, that release, I feel like that release can happen if I give it a little support. If I don't have the support, then all of the energy is going into, trying to push that leg down as far as she wants to go. But if I support her, then I can relax into it a little bit. Again, inhale the arms up, shoulder distance apart. Exhale, folding over the right leg. Okay, and breathe. All right, just coming into this and breathing. Again, feeling attention into the glutes. Push the glutes down. Notice how that immediately changes things, right? My body wants to go forward. It wants to lift up off the earth so I can go as far forward as I can, as possible. But what I need to do is keep the glutes connected to the earth. So they can start to feel that stretch in the hips. Or continue to feel it, I should say. All right, go ahead and bring it up. All right, so now we're going to bring that left leg onto the thigh. And again, like for you, it might come a little bit more forward. That's fine. Wherever it comes, it comes. And you want to bring that pillow, like shove it under as far as it needs to go so that this feels supported. All right? So wherever that is that it feels supported, if it's like feels like it's all the way under your butt, that's fine too. All right? So again, we're going to inhale and we're going to exhale. We're going to come forward. So it's so interesting to me because usually I am tighter on the other side. Again, I'm going to take my left arm and just gently encourage this leg to open, that left glute to get a little bit heavier on the earth, and breathe here. I don't know about you, but like if I close my eyes, I can actually feel the resistance, right? I can feel the resistance, so I just have to relax. Let the glutes get heavy. Trust the process. Breathe into this. And there's going to be resistance. Like, you're going to be like, I don't want to do this pose. I'm done. Like, I need to get out. Right? Just hang, hang. A few more breaths. See if you can come down just a scotch more. Nice. Go ahead and roll it on up. All right. Shake the legs out for a moment. And then we're going to cross the legs, this time with the left leg in front. All right. So again, whatever works best for you. For me, having them pretty much flat on the earth is going to work. And we're going to come into a forward fold here. And again, we're just going to come down as far as we can. If you want like that block to support you, the blanket, the bolsters, whatever you got, go ahead and use them here. This is definitely a place where you want to feel supported. Keep being heavy in the glutes, right? Like, don't let the body come up. I'm just coming down as far as is appropriate and comfortable right now in this moment. Breathing here. And again, if the fold isn't working for you, bring the hands onto the legs and push down a little bit. Or a lot, right? Whatever feels good. Breathing. A few more breaths here. All right, gently push it up. Oh, bring the legs out. Shake them out a little bit. Okay, shake, shake, shake. Okay, so we're going to come into child's pose from here. If child's pose is not one of your happy places, I would strongly suggest using that blanket and maybe putting it behind the knees, okay? Because we're going to hang out here for a little bit. Child's pose is a really nice pose to stretch the hips. And what we want to do is we want to bring the knees a little apart, okay? So they're a fair distance apart. Big toes are together, and then we're going to come down. Again, sometimes what happens is this happens, right? We can't bring the booty down to the heels yet. And that's fine if this is, comfortable for you. If it's not, take that blanket or take, your pillow or something and bring it behind the knees so that we can hang out here for a little bit. You can also bring your pillow to your forehead, right? Or a block to your forehead if your forehead doesn't want to come down. Ideally, I'd like your booty on your heels and then the torso comes down, right? And so even if you can't get your head down and you need a little support here, right? You can even stack your fists and bring your forehead there, right? But we're going to hang here for a moment and breathe. And again, we're going to concentrate. So you hang in child's pose. I'm going to talk. Believe me, I miss having you talk back to me, but since this is kind of a one-way street, allow everything to get heavy, right? That idea of surrender, that idea of release, can we find it here? So can we find a sense of ease in the pose? And, sometimes we can't. Relax the jaw. Breathing here, nice deep breaths. Few more breaths. We're not going to stay here forever, I promise, even though it might feel like it. All right, come on back into table pose. And let's stretch out long on the earth. all the way on the earth. Bring the arms long out in front of the head. Bring the forehead to the earth for a moment. Breathe here. Go ahead and stack your hands and maybe rest a cheek or a forehead, whichever feels best. Take the legs apart a little bit. Bend the knees. And then let's let them rock from side to side. Okay. Breathing here. All right, let the legs drop to one side. And as they drop to one side, so my legs are to the right now, that left hip comes up. And that's fine. We're just going to let that left hip hang. All right, breathing here. Inhale to center. Let the legs drop to the opposite side. You might want to lift the other cheek and place the other cheek on your hands and breathe here. Again, the opposite hip comes up. Breathing into this. Nice deep breaths. Inhale the knees back to center. Bring the chin to the hands. Release the legs down onto the earth. Pause here for a moment. Bring the legs together a little closer so the big toes are touching. All right, legs don't have to be all the way together, but they might be. We're going to bring the hands at shoulder distance or shoulder height, and then walk them out so they're nice and wide. Nice wide stance here with the arms. All right, and what we're going to do is we're going to push up. We're going to see it's like seal pose. We're just going to stretch into the front of the body. So find like your spot, right? Where this works. Rock the hips back and forth. Breathing as you go. Gently coming back down. Hands in front again, stacking other hand on top. Bring the chin to your hands. Bend the knees. Let's rock the feet side to side one more time. All right, release the legs onto the earth. Go ahead and push back up into the table pose. We're going to do pigeon. Let me just check the time here. How are we doing? Oh, good. We're doing good. Okay, so we're going to do pigeon pose. Again, you might want to locate that pillow that we had. All right. From table pose, let's start with our left foot. So we're going to bring the left foot forward. And then we're going to walk the left foot over to the right hand, all right? And then we're going to drop that left knee down. You're going to grab that pillow because you want to place it under that left glute, all right? And then we're going to start to walk the right leg back onto the earth, nice and straight. And then what happens sometimes, right, is we want to roll over onto the right side. Kind of want to keep the hips as straight as possible, as balanced as possible. Not easy. So for me, like I gotta make, I have to settle into the right side. And then we're gonna start to slowly come down. And you're just gonna come down as far as is possible here, or comfortable, right? Again, we don't want to roll onto that left hip. All right, so you want to bring that pillow under that
left glute so that your hips are straight, and maybe you make your way all the way down. Maybe not. And we'll breathe here. That left foot will migrate towards the groin, right? Like it'd be lovely if it was just straight across, but I don't know about you, but I find that hard, challenging, right? It does what it does, and that's fine. And just breathe here, right? Relaxing, breathing into it. So the left side, we're releasing out the left side. That's the feminine side, the cool side, the moon side, the relationship side. And imagine that whatever you've shoved down, whatever you're not dealing with, whatever you haven't wanted to talk about, right, is just flowing out of your body into the earth, releasing. And oftentimes what happens in this pose is you get to a point where you're like, I am done, I need out, I can't do it anymore. See if you can breathe through that. Like 5 deep breaths, all right? We'll do it together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Again, inhale. Exhale. Almost there, more than halfway. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so coming out of this, push on up to your hands. I find the best way to come out of this is downward dog. So tuck the right toes under, lift that right leg up, push, and lift the left leg. And then a little pedaling here usually feels good. All right, just pedal into this. And then move your pillow over to the right side. Coming down onto the knees. All right, we're going to bring the right foot forward. We're going to walk the right foot to the left hand. And drop that right leg down. And again, we're going to start to straighten that left leg. Grab that pillow, push it under the right glute, wherever it's going to be most useful. All right. Again, that right foot's going to migrate towards the groin, and that's fine. So settling, hips facing forward, right? Hips balanced and even, and then we're going to start to come down. We're going to find that spot. Oh, right. And we're going to breathe here. Nice deep breath. So this is the right side, right? Hot side, sun side, male side, responsibility side. Nice, deep, even breaths. Just breathe into this. Again, imagine that anything that's like not serving, you're just letting go of, right? Whatever has been shoved down there, whatever is, bugging you, whatever, can be old trauma, can live there. The hips are funny, right? There's that shadow side of ourselves that we don't always want to be in relationship with, right? The anger, the fear, the disappointment, the resentment, but it's there, right? Unresolved emotions don't go away. They show up in the body. Everything shows up in the body. Deep breaths. Relax the jaw. And again, you get to the point where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm done. Let's just see if we can breathe through this, right? So 5 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Inhale. Exhale. Surrendering in a little more. Inhale. Exhale. More than halfway there. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Slowly start to come up. Bring the torso up. Again, downward dog I think is kind of a nice way out of this. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left leg. Push yourselves up into downward dog. Nice. Pedal. You can push that pillow off to the side. Go ahead and come onto the knees. And instead of like a cat-cow, we're going to just loosen up the hips a little bit, right? By circling them around the ankles. So just circling. So it's almost like a cat-cow, but it's a little different. And you can go, you know, as far in both directions as you'd like. Go all the way back into child, dropping forward. But make it a circular motion with the hips. Just making sure there's no residual tension there. Next time you're pushed back, reverse your circle going in the opposite direction. All right, super. Let's come on to our bottoms one more time. Let me just check. Okay. Coming onto the bottom, shake the legs out a little bit. So again, it's sometimes helpful to have something to sit on, just to create a little bit of height. And we'll come into a forward fold from here. So feet are about hip distance apart, right? Nice and comfortable. I like to keep my toes pointed towards the ceiling. I don't know, it just sort of helps me in this pose. And then push the heels away a little bit, lengthening into the legs. Inhale the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to come forward, hinging at the waist. So you want to keep the back straight for now. And just breathe into this. Again, let the glutes get a little heavy. And notice if that urge to kind of have the hips come up, the glutes come up, is less. Like I feel like my hips are much heavier. My glutes are much heavier. There's this sense of openness happening now. Now you can round the back, soften the knees, drop the head. Roll it on up. Let's bring the feet sole to sole from here. Maybe the hands come around the big toes, if that's, comfortable. And then just flutter the legs a little bit. And then maybe just push down. All right, just increasing that. The side doesn't want to go down. Increasing that stretch a little bit, right? Whatever works. Just feel it. So I'm feeling it in the inner thigh, right? But it is opening the hips, right? So,
don't take yourself too seriously. Don't take me too seriously. You know, this is supposed to be fun. At least I think it is. Breathing into that. All right, go ahead. Bring the legs up, shake them out again. So as we come into our final meditation, I want to do a supported Baddha Konasana. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our pillows and we're going to bring our feet sole to sole on the pillows. And if this is not terribly comfortable, take your blanket and wrap it around the ankles and then bring the feet sole to sole. So wrap it all the way like underneath here. Can you see that? Am I making sense here? Okay, so that you can support the legs. So literally, I want you to be able to relax completely. And if you're feeling that stretch in the inner thigh, if there's a big stretch in the inner thigh, this is not going to be comfortable. So I'm going to keep my legs wrapped for right now too. And then by bringing our feet on the pillow and raising the feet somewhat, we have a little bit more openness in the back, a little bit more openness in the pelvic region. All right. We're going to bring the arms out to the side like a T with the palms facing up. I should have told you before we started, if you wanted to lower your lights, it would have been a good time to do that. So I'm sorry. If you want to get up and do that now, go ahead. And let's breathe into this for a moment. So we did a lot of really deep stretching today into the hips, into the glutes, into the front of the hips, right? The backs, the sides, or like really nice and deep. So as you lay here, if this is not a comfortable pose, then straighten the legs. We will all straighten the legs eventually, but I want you to be able to come into the breath. I want you to feel your body on the earth. I want you to feel a sense of heaviness, right? Just this sense of relaxation. And we'll come into the breath that we had at the beginning of class, right? That nice deep diaphragmatic breathing, belly, ribs, upper chest, and then we exhale everything. And just like we did at the beginning of the class, once you find your rhythm, start to slow it down by pausing at the bottom of the exhale and pausing at the top of the inhale. So take your time to find that. And with each exhale, allow the body to relax a little deeper into the earth. Rock the head a little side to side in case there's any residual tension in the neck, in the top of the shoulders. Just picture it rolling out. Nice. Bringing the head back to center. Tuck the chin a tad, just so you can begin to feel the base of the skull widen. So not enough to be uncomfortable, but just enough to feel the base of the skull widen. Checking back into the torso, back into the legs, making sure everything's heavy, everything is released and relaxed. And from here, imagine that there is a sun shining down into your skull, like it's floating just above your head, and it's shining this warm, sparkly, healy energy into your skull. And as it fills your skull with this healing energy, it actually fills the bones, the jaw, the mouth, the tongue, the lips. As this warm, healing light floats down your throat,
across your shoulders. It fills your arms, your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, your hands, your fingers, right like through the bones, the tendons, the ligaments, the muscles, the blood vessels, the skin. Everything is filled, the arms are filled with this warm, healing energy. As it floats across the collarbones, it begins to fill the torso, right? Coming down the spine, right into the spine, into the vertebrae, out through the ribs. Each individual rib is filled with this light. It pulsates out into your torso, enveloping your organs in this healing light energy. Pushing out all dis-ease, all discomfort, all impurities. Floats across the waist, the belly, into the hips, into the buttocks, into the pelvic bones. Imagine the lovely pelvic bones, these two beautiful bowl-shaped bones like butterfly wings, filling with this healing light energy. As it floats into the thighs, into the femur bone, pulsating out into those beautiful large muscles of the legs, the hamstrings, quadriceps. As it envelops the knees, very gently straighten the legs. It fills the calves, the shins, the ankles, all the bones in the feet. Until this healing light energy is pulsating throughout your entire being, creating a sense of warmth, health, well-being, peace. And picture yourself lying on the earth, someplace meaningful to you, someplace sacred to you, the beach, the mountains, the forest, the desert. And as you're lying on the earth, absorbing the energy of the earth and the energy of the sun. Again, pushing out all dis-ease, all discomfort, all impurities. Connecting you to this energy that pulsates through our planet, our galaxy, our universe. It is the energy of the sun and the moon. It's the energy of the earth and the sky, the water, the plants, the animals. It is the thing that connects us all. Knowing right now in this moment you are connected to everything, and everything is connected to you. We are all one. And then ever so gently, coming back into this moment, ever so gently becoming aware of the breath, the body, the floor beneath you, the ceiling above you. Wiggling the fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, rolling over onto the left side of your body. Bending the knees, supporting your head under your left arm, and just hugging this feeling to you for a moment longer, like knowing you've done something good for yourself, you've done something good for the planet. We have the ability to project peace out into the world. You know, our meditation today talked about taking action for the things we believe in. When you're ready, use that right hand to gently push yourselves up into a comfortable seated position. Allowing the hands to find each other, the palms to find each other right in front of the sternum, bowing the head in gratitude, grace, humility. And just taking a moment to appreciate all that is right now in this moment, right here. Namaste. I wish you light and happiness. I thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. Be safe. Be kind to each other. Take care of each other. And I will see you again soon.